ingredients. You're right. Piping up our wood stove. These are some of the parts we're going to start with. Pipe up the wood stove. Found this stove on Facebook Marketplace. Wanted to put one in my garage. We're not going through any attic space. We're going to go straight up through the metal roof. I've got chimney pipe to go out there. And I just plan on using single wall pipe from here up to my chimney pipe. First off, we need to take our black stove pipe and join it together to make a pipe. Look good? Alright, let's show you what I do to put stove pipe together. Took me a minute to learn it, figure it out. Take a flat piece, spread this first seam out, go all the way down. Open it up and get it out of the way. Get the bottom piece out of the way, really. Hold her. Alright, and then instead of it being in a round shape, I've already kind of flattened these. I want both edges somewhat flat so they'll slide right into each other. Just here too much. But once you get them totally flat and lined up together, it's like right there, they snap right in. And you wonder what took you so long the first couple times. Alright, do that. And then once it's in place, pushed, snapped in place. Alright, snap together. Try to bend that out just a little bit. Bend it out on both ends. Try to take it and form it back into a circle since I oblonged it to line it up. Make sure the seams lined up across. And once it's circular, it should hold back in there. Just for added precaution, you can bend that tab back in on both ends. Should lock it in, prevent it from coming out. Kind of fold it over like that. And then just try to get it back in a circular round pipe shape. This particular stove didn't have a damper. It may not need one, may not be necessary, but I found one pretty cheap, so I'm going to put it on. I've seen some videos to where this fitting is technically supposed to go on the inside, and maybe that's how it should happen. I'll try to do that with the rest of them, where I build it to where all the pipes sit down inside of the next pipe. That way, when your creosote falls down, you don't have to worry about it coming on the outside, potentially starting a fire. You want them going just straight down into the firebox. We'll stack the other sections on there and see how much more pipe we need. I haven't exactly marked where I'm going up there through the roof yet, or through the metal, but we're just going to try to get it close. Then we can line it up with a plumb bob from there, and we will see how that works. We'll move it in. Since we can move this, we'll move it in place as we need to. Like I said, when I'm putting the pipe in, instead of, you would think you'd want to set it up like this, with the narrow side up top, and try to keep the smoke running up. But when you're running this, you'll notice that the chimney's actually creating a vacuum. You're not going to have to worry about smoke coming out going that way. So we'll turn the pipe over, and we'll have the smaller collar on the inside of each piece going up. That way, again, the creosote can fall down and stay on the inside of your pipe. If your pipe's round, it should just be pretty simple to go ahead and just push that in, line it up. That's pretty snug fit. You'll have some play as far as being able to put it plumb or vertical. We'll do that and we'll figure out where we're going to go out.
We're going to fix the wood burning stove today. We haven't seen it in a long time.
Okie doke. What we've got to do is we got to finish this pipe process. You can go ahead and climb down now, buddy. We got to finish this pipe process. We're going to figure out how we're going to secure it. I've got some angled aluminum that I'm going to use to secure it there, the chimney pipe there, and then as well also up top just before it exits the roof. Okay, we got to get up here in the rafters. We're going to mark our holes in this aluminum. That way we can secure the aluminum to this rafter, and then we will figure out where the pipe comes up, the stove pipe or the chimney pipe comes up right here. And then from there we will then take a screw and screw into the side of the chimney pipe. Gotta be sure to look for snakes up here. We've had visitors in the past. Had to cut some blocks right here, just because this main 2x6 sitting there on top of the rafters, and I want to be able to get this angle iron elevated. If it was down here, it'd be hard for me to get a good angle and drill through here. So when I pick it up, get it on this level, I'll be able to come from the back side and drill through to go into my stovepipe. What it looks like when I got it fastened down. And again, I'll be able to come through the side right here and drill into that stovepipe, chimney pipe. Okay, we got the stovepipe sitting up top. We haven't got it leveled yet. We're going to start by leveling this first piece, this first section. And then once I get it level, I will put some self-tapping screws in it. That way, hopefully I can make it a little more secure. Right now, with all that weight up top, it's getting real floppy and flimsy. Hard to make sure that the bottom's level as well as the top. Okay, now that I've got my first section of chimney pipe installed, now it's time to move on to the most dreaded part of this job for me. I say that because I've got to try to drill a hole, got to try to cut a hole through the roof up here in my metal roof. And it's not quite as simple as just taking a section of pipe, sticking it on the roof, and then drawing it out. Since my roof is pitched a little bit, the hole that this needs to fit through, it would actually be a little oblong. I don't plan on putting a boot on the roof up there to try to keep the rain out. I plan on just making my hole just the right size of this and then caulking around, hoping that that will keep the rain out. We shall see. I think what I'm going to try to do, somehow I'm going to use my laser level and try to go alongside the current stovepipe that's sitting right here. And I'm going to try to use this and try to maybe mark where it would penetrate through the roof all the way around. Then I'm going to drill holes and then essentially connect the dots. A plumb and a horizontal plumb. I guess what I'm thinking in theory, I ought to be able to run that laser level just along the edge, just make it kiss the edge of this pipe. Or that should give me the back edge of where this should be when it leaves, goes through the roof. So we'll try that. Try to make a mark right there. I have to do it on a couple different planes so I can make my circle. That's what I'm thinking. Do it a couple different angles. Okay, I've got 4 sides right now. What I'm gonna try to get at least 2 more angles, just so I feel like I can make a better radius. More angles I get, more angles I get, or different planes I come at it, I feel like I can make a better circle. Alright, now we got everything. Got a couple different reference points. Essentially, I'm just going to try to connect the dots now. Connect the lines. Alright, now time for me to drill for the roof. What I'm going to do is going to make a couple holes around my line that I made. Kind of give me a jig or an outline. Then I plan on getting on top of the roof. Mainly just because I don't want to be here sawing with a jigsaw and getting all them flakes in my face. I'll get on top of the roof, or I'll use my jigsaw up there and cut my hole out. See how it goes. Okay, I'm finished drilling holes. I'll go on top with my jigsaw and try to cut it out. Alright, got my template up here to follow. Pretty secure. I don't think I'm gonna have to brace it on that second one right before it comes out like I was thinking earlier. Pretty secure. Only thing we got left now to do is put on chimney cap, caulk her up. Alright, I'm using silicone sealant. That's actually an RTV high heat. I bought it whenever I was getting all the chimney pieces. Didn't know if I need to caulk anything around the stove, so I don't necessarily have to have it up here on the roof because that's not going to get hot anyway. But it's what I've got, so it's what we're using. I think we got it done. I got a good bead of silicone all the way around it. Doesn't look like it's going to leak any. Code here is supposed to be about 2 foot above the peak. And we're right there at it. Alright, while we got the first fire going, I wanted to tell you what all we used and certain clearances and stuff that we come up with as far as where we set our stove. Here code says that we need to be 16 inches away from any combustible. So since my back wall is still wood, I plan on putting Durock on there, but I still want to be safe. Since it's still wood though, I went ahead and we got the stove 16 inches off the back wall, and then we've got it 16 inches away from everything. Everything I used was this DuraPlus brand. It's a triple wall chimney pipe. The clearances on that DuraPlus triple wall stuff, you need to be 2 inches away from any combustible material. So that's why up top up there, I went with that, because I didn't have enough clearance to be 16 inches away from any of my rafters. Most of this stuff I found fairly cheap compared to what it retails for. That's why I went with so many pieces of it. I got this extra 12-inch piece I may not even end up using. If it looks like I'm not getting a good enough draft over the top of the peak outside, I may put this 12-inch piece on up there. But we're going to test it first before we do that. Then I use this regular single wall black pipe to go here, and then I bought 2 elbows. Alright, we've had the stove running for about 20 minutes or so. Nothing seems to be malfunctioning. Everything looks like it's going to work the way we got it. That's going to be all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. Stick around, see what we get into next.